Hello there, thank you for joining in on my 365-day note writing adventure. Welcome. My name is Anna Dalman if you're stopping by for the first time, and if you are returning for ongoing encouragement, welcome to you as well. I'm on day 339, and my note for encouragement today is, what does a quiet heart look like? How to achieve peace beyond understanding. I have 3 bullet points. The first one, anchored, stable, fixed, rooted. The second one, know the source of inner peace, read, study. You have to keep examining what you believe, what you know, what you understand. Educate yourself. The third bullet point, confident of grace that frees you to live quietly or revel. Both are good. We need to be anchored to live free. On my whiteboard, I have got bask in the quiet, which is my form of having a worshipful heart. Now, others they would find that stifling. So I had to think of both. If I'm quiet and I like my quiet, my solitude, and that's an expression of my heart being surrendered and at peace to God, other people would fall asleep with that. What is the opposite? Revel in the rejoicing. I was trying to be witty with word choice there. But people who are reveling in the grace of their salvation are just as worshipful, not more, it depends on the heart, as those of us who bask in the quietness of our worshipful, reverential hearts, the hearts surrendered in trusting God, in growing in knowledge and growing in grace, so that we can continue to live knowing His grace is sufficient and that He is sovereign over every aspect of our lives. It doesn't mean that because we are quiet that we are in a melancholy mindset. Not at all. Quietness means a steadfast, simple accepting of grace, and you keep pacing out the life given you. If you were completely forgetting the truth of God being sovereign, you wouldn't be friendly, gracious to people you encounter day by day. You wouldn't have a smile at a child. You wouldn't delight like I do of hearing kids that play, the birds singing, etc. I want you to think more about basking in the quiet, being as worshipful as those who are reveling in the rejoicing of however they function in life. I'm quiet. I like solitude, serenity, peace, calm. Others would find my life incredibly boring. I have a brother-in-law and a sister who live upstairs. When I go upstairs, they have music on all the time. My choice, orchestral, quiet music that is not loud, that's just soft. And the arrangements I listen to, some of them have birds singing along with them, the birds chirping. I adore it. It is so sweet and so wonderful, and it's orchestral hymns. It's my favorite. I can listen to it all day. When I'm working on writing, I decide how long I'm going to be writing for. Is it 2 hours or 3 hours? And I put that on while I'm working. I love it. Now, when I go upstairs and I listen to music that is based on worship, it's just too loud for me. I can listen to it for a short period of time. I'm sometimes up there for an hour or 2. It's enough for me in a day, more than enough. Doesn't mean that I'm better. It's if both of them come from a heart focused on worship, both are good, they are right. We are not made the same way. There's no such thing as a cookie cutter Christian. God made me who I am. He made you who you are. And if you like loudness, good for you. I think that's great and wonderful. As long as you're worshiping correctly and honoring God, and your heart sentiment at its core is respectful, rejoicing, understanding, and glorifying in God, beautiful. I hope you can think the same of me. And I'm sure after that, you do. So let's get some scripture verses to foundation everything that I'm sharing with you. Let's look at Psalm 46 verse 10. And this is an old one. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. Now that is be still, be quiet. Find serenity, find calmness, be restful, not chatty. It's just quiet. A heart that's in a state of serenity, stability. Whereas it says, I will be exalted among the nations. In your quietness, if your heart is surrendered, trusting, in humility and content, you will be exalting God. Now, exalting, usually most people think that's outspoken, making sure your presence is known. If that is who you are, as long as you are trusting, surrendered, humility and content, you can be as outspoken or graciously loud, not shouting, screaming. I don't want that to be understood by what I'm saying, or babbling, and other people are supposed to get the beauty and the glory of God from those expressions. They can't. But what I'm focusing on, whether you do it quietly and your confidence in how you serve others, or you're the center of a meeting where you're teaching, sharing, both are good. Let's look at another scripture verse on why this is essential, whether you are quiet or whether you are a person who revels and enjoys being outgoing. We all enjoy being outgoing. It's just how once we get there, we express ourselves. I can be chatty with my own community, but I'm not one who likes the center of attention, who needs to be loud and etc. I'm not criticizing people who are like that. If they're glorifying God and it's all done to honor him, glorify him and worship him, wonderful. Wonderful. Let's take a look at Galatians chapter 2, verse 20. I have been crucified with Christ. It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me. And the life I now live in the flesh, I live by faith in the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. Quiet or boisterous, reveling, either one is good as long as that is the core functioning foundation of your life. Let's look at 1 Corinthians 6, verse 20. For you were bought with a price, so glorify God in your body. Either one, if you're worshipful and glorifying God, you are in a good position for either way of manifesting who and what God has made you to be, whether it's seasonal or whether it's just your life character. Colossians, let's look at that, chapter 3, starting at verse 1. If then you have been raised with Christ, seek the things that are above, where Christ is, seated at the right hand of God. Set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on the earth. For you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. When Christ, who is your life, appears, then you also will appear with him in glory. Ongoing glory. Proverbs chapter 3, starting in verse 3. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make straight your paths. Be not wise in your own eyes. Fear the Lord and turn away from evil. It will be healing to your flesh and refreshment to your bones. I like my bones to be quiet. There again, other people like theirs to be up and rushing around and delighting in the Lord in that way. Either one is an expression of the glory that rests in our souls because of what Christ has done for us. We are hidden in him. So until tomorrow, friends, I hope that that's an encouragement to you. I was glancing down that I don't hit the tripod on which my camera rests on. I have been knocking it for the past few days, and I was making sure that I would step aside and not hit that. So until tomorrow, take care and God bless, and I will be back again for ongoing encouragement. Bye-bye for now.